Ladies and gentlemen, boy, do I have a bit of news to talk with y'all about. Just a bit, you know? So, apologies for not really being too active during Spooky Month. A lot of things have come up. One person was in hospital, I was in hospital, a few other things were going on. But here, November 2nd, as I'm sitting here talking into my microphone, and I wake up and I look at the Darkest Dungeon modding discords and see a plethora of information. Two big ones that really caught my attention in particular. So let me go ahead and flip y'all on over. Black Reliquary has released this statement. Captain's Log 1.0 Progress Update. Attention crew, we hope you've been doing well. Yeah, this one is overdue. We mentioned this before. Let's see, 1.0 progress. This, I don't really care for Black Reliquary's progress. When 1.0 comes out, I'll play it. But there's a reason why I'm covering this. I'm going to get to this. You probably already see it in the screen. Who am I even say? 1.0 progress. What have we been up to? New assets. The last couple of months have been very slow. We're developing new mod tools. That's right. We've been holding off on this until we were 100% sure we could see it through. Now today, we've been working with Gibbed. I'll get back to them in a sec. We've been working with Gibbed. We've developed new modding tools for Darkest Dungeon. More specifically, these mod tools will allow mod developers to hook into the functionality of multiple systems in the game via limited Lua scripting. This will allow us to upgrade Black Reliquary to 64-bit and even get mod working properly on Mac/Linux. The development of these tools will allow us to add a new level of depth to our endgame and let us fix many long-standing bugs, crashes, that couldn't be even diagnosed here. We'll be publicly releasing the mod tools alongside BR's 1.0 release, allowing other modders to use them for standard Darkest Dungeon modding. Now, before I go on, I know a couple of people have been kind of a little leery of this information and stuff like that because, you know, with mod tools that come out, there can be a lot of bad actors that can make really grossly broken mods that really break your save and break things and, you know, all kinds of stuff. A lot of CN modders can do that with some of their work, and if you give them the tools, they can do it worse, but I'm going to keep level-headed until then. Anyway, let's continue on with what I'm reading here. The constraints modding Darkest Dungeon has been something we've been constantly fighting against. It's hard to get across how ridiculously limiting Darkest Dungeon modding capabilities are. Yes, it is extremely limited. The amount of work that some of these modern class mods and monsters put into with all the workarounds and smoke and mirrors it makes your head spin. Just look at Uncrowned's code, for example, with Awkward Heady and what they've achieved with that class. There's a lot of things you can do. A lot of Iris mods use a thing called size 0 where they use an invisible monster that's a size 0, you can't see it, and when it dies, a specific effect goes off, right? That's just one workaround. There's a lot of workarounds that modders use to make certain things happen. Well, that's what they pretty much mean by limitation. We have to do, or not we, I don't mod myself, but they have to do like all kinds of MacGyver-esque workarounds just makes a simple thing happen, right? Because it's not supported by the source code of the game. Now, many compromises with gameplay stability we had to make. Stability is a big one that I have issues with Black Reliquary right now. I have a beefcake PC, and I crash all the time with Black Reliquary. Anyways, with let's see. While these tools won't be the perfect silver bullet, nothing ever is. It'll be creating new, unique content fixing, streamlining much of the older content actually possible. To be completely transparent, this does seriously hamstring the development of the 1.0 release. In fact, over the last 5 months, we've put most of our time and money into developing the foundation of these mod tools. And we've really only just started expanding the functionality of the bus system. And I'm pretty sure they're doing a lot of other things. Things should move quickly now that we have a foundation. Now that a foundation has been established, but the mod tools will need to progress more, and we'll need to extensively redo parts of Black Reliquary's backend. That's backend meaning like the code and the a lot of things that are already built into the game. They're going into the code and kind of redoing it all, unspaghettifying the spaghetti code that is the Red Hook engine before new content can be developed. So 1.0 is not coming out for a while. You can do probably 2 runs of Black Reliquary and 1.0 will still not be out. But anyways, this might not be what some of our players wanted to hear. I wanted to hear this. I'm certainly a couple modders wanted to hear this. A few are dubious, and I understand why. 1.0's development has evolved into something much more complex than we originally planned. Content creep scope, I would say. To be clear, the reason we are pursuing these mod tools is because they let us make a more in-depth and stable final product. Now, I don't care about the rest of this stuff, but the moment I saw Gibb's name come up, and if you don't know who Gibbed is, if you have been in maybe about 10 years ago, probably more than that, Borderlands 2 has a save editor made by this person. If you have ever looked at the PSP game Tactics Ogre, Let Us Stand Together, there's a mod for that game with a ROM version called One Vision. Now, he is not the lead developer on One Vision, but he is a significant part of One Vision, and long story short, Gibbed made a save editor for Borderlands 2. Has become kind of like a cornerstone for a lot of the things involved with Borderlands 2 modding and stuff like that. And a lot of goofy guns you ever seen possible was because of this save editor. Another thing is One Vision probably wouldn't be One Vision without Gibbed. This man, I'm not going to open Twitter because it's going to show my personal Twitter. Which I don't want y'all to see because, I don't feel like editing things. But I cannot stress how excited I am to actually see him, in particular, working with the team with these mod tools. Because I know him, not personally, but he is a prominent figure in a lot of niche circles out there. To kind of give some background to him, he used to be a global moderator on Twitch before Twitch axed that role, but he is also really intelligent with all things tech and programming and stuff like that. His Twitter profile lists him as a programmer, developer, stuff like that, which I don't know his personal job or anything like that. But I know enough of him to know that this tool is in good hands. This even kind of skipped an entire sentence. This will allow us to upgrade Black Reliquary to 64-bit. That's even more exciting. Now, long story short, new mod tools for Darkest Dungeon. This is going to be a fantastic day. Like I said, I'm very scared of what it could mean for some of the bad actors that would take it and make even more ridiculously broken mods that we never thought possible. And I'm not talking about broken as in bounds. I'm talking like broken that like break your save file, make your PC catch fire, that kind of stuff. That kind of broken. Those are the mods I don't want to see or ever promote or ever use on this channel. You'll never see anything like that. That's why I'm quick to not use the good doctor, you know, the underground doctor, the false mod. I didn't use it because 3 times it kind of broke things, and I'm like, I don't trust this anymore. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to promote it. I can't do it. But anyways, there was another update. Darkest Dungeon 1 just quietly overnight had a date. Nothing got pushed out publicly, but there's this thing called ratdungeon, and this is from the Steam database. Steam database, right here. 24 hours ago. What could this mean? There's internal, and then there's this tag, ratdungeon. What could this be? What is Red Hook doing? This is not Darkest Dungeon 2, this is Darkest Dungeon 1. I am very... This came right around the time that this came. Coincidence? Huh? Last record update. 1st of November. Yesterday. 24 hours ago. This is very interesting. And then 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 2 months, you know, just regular, just normal stuff you expect to see. You know, but ratdungeon. And from what Iris has said in the Discord, no, Red Hook had not contacted them, so it's not Vermintide. What is this? I have no idea. Everyone's in the dark about this. This is insane, but guys, I cannot stress how excited I am to see that Gibbed is working with the BR team for Mod Tools. Oh boy. The only thing that's going to stop me from modding now is just art. if it's going to be as easy as I think, because via limited Lua scripting is like the easiest form of modding that you could do. Like Hades, for example, uses Lua, and you can edit the entire game with that. And from some of the speculation I've seen, we'll be able to touch the black box itself. Maybe. Pure speculation. I don't know anything about this project, but this pure speculation that I'm repeating from a Discord chat I've seen in the Project Iron Crown Discord, of where it's able to touch the source code in some limited capacity. In other words, let me put it to you in layman's terms. You can make a burn dot without having to use debuff damage received workaround. We'll be able to see burn heroes properly. I mean, sure, you have to add the resist to every single thing in the game, and every single enemy, and every single hero. Yes, but if these mod tools are as extensive and important as I think they are, the need for a community Highlander to quote Cerebral Cloud real quick. Let me scroll through a chat real fast. I want to make sure I get this quote proper. In modding terms, a Highlander is typically a quote one-of-a-kind unquote type of mod that is a lot of foundational changes to ensure everything else can work based on an established standard. The need for that will be much higher than it's ever been before. One mod, the One Ring mod, to act as the standard framework for everything else to follow. Because without that, there's going to be millions of incompatible mods that, because people take the models and go off on their own direction and fuck shit up, and there will be even more If you thought there were incompatible mods with each other before, boy howdy, do I have fucking news for you. If a tool like this comes out, and fuck's sake, if a tool like this comes out and all kinds of things just start happening, people start making their own fireworks and this and that, you know, just to use a kind of a euphemism, I don't know how to explain it. We need a community Highlander mod. We really do. If it's, I don't know how extensive these mod tools are. This is a lot of speculation. I should make that clear. But as someone who covers primarily modded Darkest Dungeon, I couldn't have picked a more happier time to start making modded content. Anyways, guys, I rambled on enough. I decided to just give you this update and give you some of my thoughts. I am freaking excited. Plus, Shuffle released a Duelist mod review. So, yeah, go watch that. That's a great mod review, and I like seeing Shuffle. I strive for the day to where I can just constantly cover modded Darkest Dungeon. It is an obsession of mine. I love this game. But anyways, guys, another Madness Estate video will come out sometime in the future. Probably tomorrow, I'm thinking. I don't know. This month is going to be a little weird. It's been weird lately because a lot of health issues, a lot of drama, and a lot of stress. And it's a kind of a turbulent time in the country I live in. So it's sort of like, you know, yeah. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and I'll see you next time. Alright.